claims Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world, good world gone bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, so stick the clip in, Just seen a book in my thermal, quickly looked at it in my scope, and just by gut feeling it's perhaps the book we want to be on, which is an old book that I want to take this year, but we're just going to go and give it a quick couple of peeps and see if he comes, and let's have a look at what he looks like. So I think this is the book we're after. It's almost, we've dropped into a situation straight away. It's probably about 5:45. It's reasonably cold. You can see from my shirt sleeve it's about 20 degrees still. But this old buck's running this young doe, and she's reasonably fit, and he's obviously really tired because it's 11th of August. It's quite the back end of the run. And as soon as she stops running, he lies down because he's very tired. And it's okay when they're on an open stubble field like it is this side, but we're now in a field of set aside, and it's quite thick, and I can see the doe's head in here, but he's obviously laid down the moment she stops running. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but we're going to give it our best shot. mature doe with a kid, and then the old buck that we're after that's been eluding us for the last few weeks. And, he's absolutely bushwhacked, you can see from it, but he's still sticking with her. And, well, we're going to try and call the doe and fetch the buck, but it's a difficult scenario because one kid's with it, so the other kid's in this crop that we've already seen there, so I'm hopefully going to make her think there's the kid and it's in distress. On film. Couldn't even put my earmuffs down because you were looking straight at me. You might just have to shout for the next few days at me.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Oh, shaking. Flipping it.
Just stand up and reload. Gun pointing down. Pointing down. That's it.
Give us that rifle a minute.
You've still got one up the spout.
Just in a mouse out.
You just take it back. That's all.
There's a trick to D.
If we just put those sticks down there. Oh mate, look at that, fantastic. Fantastic. If you just get over there a little bit, keep our social distancing. Well, what a morning we've had. We didn't get up super early because it's been so hot. I wanted to be down here for sort of like about 5:45, which is when we arrived. And we parked quite away from where I thought this book was going to be, and then quite literally the first time I spotted from the barn where I'd parked, I just saw a buck with his head down running along a hedge, and I quickly said to Dan and Antony, who I was trying to get the buck for, quick, you know, this could be the buck. And we tried a bit of calling and the doe popped out through the edge, and then the buck started running her, and you know, it's right at the end of the rut, and this is an old buck, and his backbone's just, yeah, it's all, you know, you know,
He's all ribs, isn't he? Yeah.
so he was lying down as soon as the doe stopped, and off they went. And I tried various calls, the kid call to try and fetch the doe in, and it didn't really work. And then we lost them for about half an hour, and I came round the corner, and he was out on the stubble field, laid down with the doe, and the kid had returned to the doe. So it was like, what we're going to do? It was too far to shoot. It's very flat here. And then they disappeared through a hole in the hedge into another meadow. So we started stalking down the field edge and tried a little call again. There's a field of crops behind us. I thought I might be lying down in there, but again, nothing. And then after just calling, the buck just must have wondered what it was, and he just popped back through the hedge, and I could just see him appear, and he just scraped, and then he started coming towards us. Well, we just had to drop to the floor really quickly, and he already knew where we were, and our movement would have alerted him. But the only shot was Ant on my shoulders, which is a tricky one, and at 70-80 metres, that's a very flat shot. So we had to wait for him to come literally 20 metres away, and his head was going, and finally popped up, and Ant could just straighten his back and shot him perfectly, mate. Well done.
What is an experience.
This book we've known for quite a few years, as we really do our recon on our books, but this book in particular decided he was going to go this year. You'll see he's a really nice old book. He's past his best. He's not a 6 anymore. He's a 5, but we might have actually broke that off. But really heavy in his bottoms, and you can see from his whole shape. You'll see it on the film. His whole demeanour is that of an old book. He's really solid, but a great book to take. And literally in the little wood, just in the distance, 300 yards away, is another book about 4 years old. That's a very, very good book. So it's going to make way for him. So, but it's quite a nice story, because Antony came down on his own last week and saw him, didn't you?
We did. We spotted him in a field within minutes of parking the vehicle, and we did stalk into him and I just wasn't confident enough to take the shot. But after we spooked him and he'd gone, we were doing some maintenance on one of the cameras, and we paced it out, and it was about 150 yards, 150 paces.
Yeah.
But it was touch and go, and he wasn't standing still.
No.
And he outwitted us. And I've seen him in the spring as well. I bumped him in the spring in the wildflowers over there.
We've got him on our trail cameras throughout the spring and in the meadows and everything. But I really wanted to leave him, and he's a lovely book. I wanted him to really pass his genes on, and he's actually moved meadows because he was with an older doe to start with, and this one he's with is a different doe that we've seen today. So he's probably had 2 or 3 girlfriends at least in the last fortnight, and hopefully this lovely, nice, solid head, typical of this area, heavy purling, but a beautiful trophy, mate, and a lovely memory. And
I'm looking forward to.
I'm really pleased with it.
It's going on the kitchen wall.
That's the great thing about roebucks at this time of the year, is it's generally an exciting and memorable hunt, rather than perhaps a spring hunt where you're sitting up a seat and expect them to come out of the field. This is really, you have to take the fight to them, and
certainly did today.
That was brilliant, really good.
Yeah, I think it's the first time I've taken a shot off my knees. Anyway, fantastic.
I'd say I couldn't even get my earmuffs down, so you might have to shout at me for the next few weeks. But the HLX suppressor is an awesome suppressor, and my ears rang a little bit, but really pleased with it. And good performance. First time you've used my Helix.
It is nice. A lot lighter than my rifle.
I know. It's got a lovely trigger. There's a lot of people. I don't get to shoot it that much, to be honest. Everybody, all my guests or clients use it. It really is a workhorse, and it's done a great job. This one's about 3 years old, and I'm really pleased with it. And the ornery round that I'm using, 308 as ever. This is the ELDX 178 grain. A bit hefty for a roe, really, but a lot of the stuff we've shot this year has been coming to the call, so it's generally been a neck shot at very short distances. And you saw it, just dropped it on the spot.
Fabulous.
Well, brilliant. It's the sun's starting to climb, so I think we need to get him cleaned out and get him back to the chiller.
I think so.
And well done,
Yeah,
mate. We'll
thank
take
you.
some photographs now,
Fabulous, yeah.
and let our adrenaline calm down a bit.
That's it.
Well done. Well, Wideman sail, Anthony.
Right, twin stank.
That's it. Pop it in your hat. What a great job you did, and what a lovely book we've taken. Really nice old book. These are the trophies you want to take. These are the memories that you have. A right old warrior. Look, ears are split, and even though it's the back end of the rut and he was completely tired, his backbone is like this at the moment from running does. He still had to come and have a look when we made a little few feeps on the Boutelow. He still had to come and have a look, and that was his downfall. 20 metres off my knee, off my shoulder, Antony on his knees. We really had to manage the shot because of the backstop, and he did a great job. Really well done, mate.
Thank you.
I would be chuffed to bits if I were you as well. And
like a good,
hopefully you're going to have a shoulder mount for such a memorable book.
Yeah.
Beautiful grey face.
and like a good friend of ours once said, and it's not often, you get a great stalk on a great book.
Absolutely.
That was brilliant.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well done, mate. I'm really pleased for you.
No, thank you.
But what's the time now? Just 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
So been out since probably 5:30, 20 to 6.
Yeah.
So and we found him straight away, and then just had to bide our time, wait for the right moment, and hopefully we've got a good